Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Get this Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It has really been an eventful day today. We got Brazil and Colombia coming after Trump about their criminals being deported back and I guess the humane treatment. But they're criminals. So this is the original video that I wanted to do earlier and Trump coming back like a gangster. He slapped them tears, and now the Colombian president gonna come and pick them up himself in his presidential plane. Let's see how long that lasts. But anyway, Eric Adams, Trump, and the migrants. And we're gonna go back and forth because I've been had some of this is old, but we started from the raid on his house. And if y'all remember when Trump said that after he was complaining about the migrants and all that, that it would destroy New York City and this, that, and the third. And Trump said that when you start saying that, he said, I knew that was when they was at that dinner. He said, I knew this is getting on my nerves. He said, I knew that the DOJ was gonna come after you. But he the smart one. Out of all the Democratic mayors, he the one that actually met with Tom Homan, met with Trump. Because at the end of the day, you need to do what's right for your city when you're a mayor, right for the citizens of your city. And look, you got a federal indictment. So, and Trump will pardon you. He will. I'm so sick of this little thing. I dropped it and it just make all kind of noise. But anyway, so this is where I'm starting at with Eric Adams, the mayor of New York. Feds raid homes of top members of New York City Mayor Eric Adams' administration, including NYPD New York Police Department Commissioner Edward Caban. And I think he since resigned, but Eric Adams the only one that got sense. You don't want to be an enemy of Trump. If you need something from the federal government, you need a relationship, whether your views are different or not, but you need a relationship to for federal funds. This is crazy. I have never like how much how much is Tom Homan. How much is George Soros paying y'all to destroy and turn your backs on your citizens? Where is the integrity? I've just never seen anything like this that you choose these migrants over your own city who these people can vote for you over your constituents. It makes no sense. I think it is insane. Somebody let me know what I mean, how much cuz you got to be getting paid something under the table. It must be some good money. That's all I could say. The homes of at least four top officials in Mayor Eric Adams' administration, including that of Police Commissioner Edward Caban, he was replaced, I remember, were raided by federal authorities. The NYPD said it was aware of an investigation by the U.S. Attorney's Office that's looking into members of the department. And we know that the DOJ under Biden Harris was the most corrupt that we have ever seen. Though it did not specify which personnel were under investigation, a spokesman said the department is cooperating with the investigation. Sources told CBS New York, the investigation involves NYPD executives who have been asked to voluntarily surrender their electronic devices. The homes of First Deputy Mayor Sheena Wright, and this is her. She resigned. She resigned. This is getting on my nerves. And I have rebooted and everything. I rebooted and everything. I can't remember if Deputy Mayor Philip Banks retired or not. Were also rated as well. Wright shares a home with school chancellor David Banks. Oh, they a couple. I didn't know that. Philip Banks is David Banks' brother. Sources say the cell phones of Wright and Philip Banks were taken as part of the raids. Adams spoke with CBS News New York Marcia Kramer. He seemed cool, calm, and collected, and insisted he tells his staff to follow the law and cooperate with investigations. You know, Marcia, I say over and over again, as a former member of enforcement, I'm very clear. We follow the rules. And I do believe him. I like Mayor Eric Adams. I do. We make sure I didn't like him at first. We make sure that we cooperated, turn over our information that is needed, and it is just really would be inappropriate to get in the way of a review while it's taking place, Adams said. I'm not aware of any misdoings. I'm going to again follow the rules, and I will continue to tell the team to do that. And that's what they have been doing to my knowledge. So why do they keep targeting you and the members of your administration? I mean, it's like constant drip, 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 Kramer said. Those are questions I can't answer. I'm going to. I know what I'm going to do, and that is information that's needed to show that I've always followed the law. We're going to give that information. Caban canceled a public event. As for schools chancellor David Banks, he was presiding over the first day of classes for New York City Public Schools. It's all about the kids. So far, there's been no official reason given for the raid, so sources familiar with this investigation say it is not to believe to be connected to a previous investigation into pricey flight upgrades on international flights to Turkey as part of corruption investigation into Adams' 2021 campaign. I need to, oh, I didn't even write that down. Okay. It's the latest sign of law enforcement's interest in Adams' administration. Adams' 2021 mayoral campaign is being investigated for corruption with new subpoenas being issued. In 2023, the FBI raided the home of Adams' then fundraiser Brianna Suggs. I remember that in an investigation that is believed to be centered around campaign financing. Wright is an attorney, has served in Adams' administration since 2022. I know she retired. I really believe that. She previously was president and CEO of United Way of New York. Wow, I did not know that. And held the same roles at the Abyssinian Development Corporation. Philip Banks joined the Adams administration as deputy mayor for Public Safety in 2022. He previously served as Chief of Department in NYPD. I got that one. Well, I got this stuff written down. Oh, I did that. I passed that. Let me see if it's on the other. Hmm. Wait a minute, y'all. You know this stuff just flip flop all over the place. I got next 9, 10. I thought 25. Okay, here we go. I'm back. I'm back. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. And thank y'all for your support. Can you hit the like button, please? Because it helped me stay in the algorithm. Because I'm not monetized. Like, share, and subscribe, please. New York City Mayor, and this is, he was indicted. This is the same thing. The police officer turned politician, along with members of his inner circle, has spent nearly a year under investigation. His cell phones were seized, and in recent weeks, the residence of some of his closest confidants were searched by federal agents working on several related corruption probes. He accepted the resignation of Edward Cabin. That was the police commissioner, remember? And I think that Shana Wright retired, resigned too, after the authorities issued a subpoena for his phones. The mayor's chief counsel, Liza Zornberg, stepped down. This week, the school chancellor, David Banks, announced plans to retire at the end of the year. Banks had also turned over his phone to the federal authorities. Banks' younger brothers, Philip and the deputy mayor for public safety, and Terrence, also had their phones seized. David Banks' fiancee, Sheena Wright, first deputy, had her phone seized as well. He said he has always followed the law, blah, 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 blah. He is only the second African American to lead the nation's largest city, New York City. And that was after what's his name? David Dinks. Dinks. I wasn't his name. Adams had been hailed as a vanguard, a new generation of Democratic leader who could both support law enforcement and chart a progressive course coming out of the city crushing pandemic. He has led the city through remarkable drop in violent crime. Well, it sure shot up after the migrants got there. It sure did. Eric Adams becomes the first sitting New York City mayor indicted in historic federal probe. Okay, we got that. Uncross this stuff out. Claims feds persecuting him over the migrant crisis. I believe that because I remember once he said that this crisis is going to destroy New York City, Trump was like, "Yep, I knew you was going to be indicted." He was indicted by a grand jury As the defiant chief executive claimed, he has been being persecuted by the federal government for speaking out about the city's migrant crisis. And we saw how the Biden Harris administration got down. They did prosecute anybody who was against the agenda. He surrendered himself to authorities. Details about the accusations was that he was believed to be connected to the allegations of the Turkish government that was illegally funneling money into his mayoral campaign in exchange for approval of Turkish consulate in Manhattan. Sources said the mayor is facing a charge of acting as an unregistered foreign agent and accepting donations from foreign entities. I always knew that if I stood my ground for New Yorkers, that I would be a target, and a target I am. If I'm charged, I am innocent, and I will fight this with every ounce of my strength and spirit. And he said he would not step down and pledge to fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and spirit. And that was in the New York Post. Can y'all see that? Trump said he was too. I will request an immediate trial. Oh, he is requesting a speedy trial so that New Yorkers can hear the truth. New Yorkers know my story. They know where I come from. I have been fighting injustice my entire life. That fight has continued as your mayor, despite our pleas when the federal government did nothing as its broken immigration policies overloaded our shelter system with no relief. I put the people of New York before party and politics. A rep for the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, which is prosecuting the case, declined to comment. Sources told the Post that two other Adams' top campaign fundraiser, Brianna Suggs, they raided her house too, and his director of Asian Affairs, Winnie Greco, are expected to be named in the indictment. At least three others were also expected to be charged. Adams' ex-chief of staff Frank Carone, or he Italian, emerged from the property when asked by reporters whether Adams was distracted by the legal trouble. Carone replied, "Not at all." It is uncertain how this indictment is related to the sweeping set of September 4th raids that targeted high-profile Adams administration's officials. He has been served with subpoenas about his affiliation with the Turkey government. Adams City Hall and the Election Committee were also hit with grand jury subpoenas during that same time. He has been a critic of the Biden Harris, stated that the soft immigration policies as the Big Apple was flooded with more than 250,000 migrants since 2022, accusing the federal government of leaving New York to fend for itself. Remember, he took 10 trips. I remember now. He took 10 trips to Washington, D.C., begging for money, begging for money. And then you see during this time, what California ended up with a $69 billion deficit. It's burnt down now. Colorado had a deficit, had a terrible deficit. Chicago, what? Uh, Almost $1 billion deficit helping these migrants. All because we are part of a global compact of migration. The UN, until Trump came in, was controlling our borders. And Biden here signed on to be a part of that global compact of migration, which is a video I did a few months back explaining that. And the UN was controlled. And when they cross over with open borders, you have to house them, feed them, educate them, get them on their feet, make sure they get a job. That's a part of the compact. So then he says the national government has turned its back on New York City. He also said the White House needed to appoint a person who would be dedicated to a decompression strategy at the border. The migrant crisis is expected to cost the city over to 12 billion by 2026, and Adams has repeatedly I told y'all, pleaded for Washington to provide more funds. And them migrants turned New York City to Gotham City. He said, I am lost, I am confused on this topic, on why we still, after almost 20 months later, we're still talking about this issue, and it has inundated the city. The raid was saw evidence of, they were looking for kickbacks by the Turkish government and Williamsburg based construction company group into Adams' mayoral campaign. Meanwhile, another aide, Winnie Greco, had her Bronx home raided. She Italian Greco, yeah. By FBI agents in February, though it wasn't clear what they were looking for. David Dinkins was the first black mayor, and then Eric Adams. That's who I was trying to say. And Bill de Blasio was married to a black woman. Yep. Okay, then they unsealed his indictment. Hey, y'all, what y'all think going on, honey? Trump done got Brazil and Colombia together. Honey, he done, shoot, they all turned around and changed their statements. Colombia gonna come and get their own illegals. So again, let me see, what date is this? So I can take this off my list because see, I'm trying to become more organized, y'all. So again, Adams accused of taking bribes from the turkey. Let me see. He was charged with bribery, wire fraud, and accepting improper campaign donations. Is specifically charged with bribery, solicitation of illegal foreign campaign contributions, wire fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, charges that expose the mayor to significant prison time if convicted. Prosecutor alleged that Adams received free and steadily discounted flight upgrades valued at more than 100,000. He did travel to Turkey a few times. Said he was obtaining business for the city, as well as campaign contributions from straw donors, some of which helped him qualify for more than 10 million in matching public campaign funds. Mayor Adams took those contributions knowing they were illegal and aimed at buying influence. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams, and he don't retire since Trump came. Well, Trump was probably going to replace him anyway. He resigned. He didn't retire. According to indictment, the mayor received first-class flights and stays in opulent hotels while failing to disclose the gifts as required by law. Year after year, he kept the public in the dark, said Attorney General, U.S. Attorney Damian Williams. The mayor is also accused of intervening in New York City Fire Department procedures to benefit foreign interests. In one instance, Adams allegedly pressured fire inspectors to approve the opening of a Turkish consulate building despite safety concerns, all in exchange for personal favors. The alleged conduct predates Adams' time as mayor and dates to his time as Brooklyn Borough president. This indictment includes photos of fancy hotel rooms and other benefits the mayor took. We're not surprised, Adams said as he asked New Yorkers to wait to hear his defense. Hmm. Oh, he got Alex Spiro. Oh, that he an attorney. Oh, got Alex Spiro. Couple of them. Is that Jay Z? Oh, that's Jay Z attorney. Oh, he got a bad attorney. Alex Spiro called the indictment against Adams a fake case that criminalizes ordinary airline upgrades. We're talking a total of $26,000. The attorney said there are emails in which the mayor said clearly no foreign money. He said the flight costs cited by the federal prosecutors amount to airline upgrades. Spire has asked the judge to set the mayor's arrangement and initial appearance. The unsealing of the document came hours after federal agents entered Mayor Adams' official residence and seized his phone. Governor Kathy Hochul, who has the power to remove the mayor, said she carefully reviewed the indictment and she's not going to remove him at that time. While she did not call on Adams to resign, it's now up to Mayor Adams to show the city that he's able to lead. She added that while she reviews her options and obligations as governor, she said she expects the mayor to take the next few days to review the situation and find an appropriate path forward to ensure the people of New York City are being well served by their leaders. We must give New Yorkers confidence that there is steady, responsible leadership at every level of government. Is that my son? Yep, I knew it.
Cool your man's down.
He has repeatedly said he wasn't aware of any wrongdoing, dismissing speculation that he would face charges as rumors and innuendo. He has led the city through a remarkable drop in violent crime. C19. Okay, so that was not. Okay. Then they charged him with accepting 10 million in improper campaign donations. Five counts connected to improper campaign contributions. One count of wire fraud, one count of conspiracy, two counts of solicitation of a contribution from a foreign national, and one count of bribery, according to the indictment. Charges that expose the mayor to significant prison time if convicted. I've asked New Yorkers to hear our defense before making any judgments. Adams vowed to continue doing his mayoral duties. My day to day will not change. Then he got a good lawyer. That's the same lawyer Jay Z got for the Diddy case. Alex Spiro. He must be a bad mamma jamma. We have known for some time that they would try to find a way to bring a case against Mayor Adams. They emailed us summons, and very soon they will no doubt hold an hour-long dog and pony show pressure rather than appear in open court. Federal judges call them out all the time for spinning in front of cameras and taunting jurors, but they keep doing it because they can't help themselves. The spotlight is just too exciting. We will send them up to court, said Alex Spiro. All right, we done with that one. What's the next one? I can't see. Okay. Where's my charger? Oh, I don't need a charger for this. I'm gonna start breaking this stuff up because this gonna be a long. This might be my last video for the day, for real.
So police are expected to be in place until the NYPD deploys drones at the end of the month in Central Park. Amir Adams joins us now with the very latest. Thank you so much for. Thank you. How long they're going to be there? I know we might have a little error there covering your face, but talk. The police presence there. How long will they be there? Because it may not be feasible. You're going to leave yourself vulnerable in other parts of the city. This happened when there was crime in the subway. You searched the subway. So what's the plan with that?
And I'm so happy you stated that because part of the problem is I know decline the number of people who are enrolled, and you have a limited number of men good at doing sure we can maximize coverage to deploy like the subway in Central Park. And so the team is going to be there. Chief Shell has an excellent ability of knowing how do you go in, identify the problem, bring that large number of personnel there to identify and necessarily stabilize park. Central Park means as simple as a safe haven for many.
I mean, this very large police presence, but can you actually take that kind of manpower? I mean, what happens a week from now, 2 weeks? How long does this last?
No, seeing a bump in crime similar to what we saw in the subway system. Remember, we had that bump in January. We surged the police there, and we now have robberies at the lowest in the recorded history of our subway system. That's similar here. It's a surge.
Well, that ain't true now.
To let those bad guys that may want to frequent the park send a real message that that's not going to happen. And then we're going to infuse new forms of technology.
Because that sure ain't what's happening now. At all. Shoot, they done took over all that crime and that subway system. I wouldn't live in New York at all right about now. I got September 1st. Where's the video? Where is the video? I got September. Oh. Oops. I'm on the wrong day, September. Oh, shit. We got to talk about that Brandon Johnson. He is awful. I wonder how much are they paying the people to go against their own citizens? This is when they was giving that unlimited money.
On the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, the Democrats. You know, when Black Americans speak about reparations, and the Democrats play games. Party has the same number in the country. But we have a story, ladies and gentlemen, out of New York City. You know, that's one of the spots for the migrant crisis. Well, the New York City Homeless Services is now paying migrants $4,000 to move out of shelters. Ones who, ones who are pregnant. Don't believe jail.
Services offering up to just began last year, helping asylum seekers transition from a shelter to permanent housing. So far, 150 families have benefited from the program. We've done 150 families starting about 7 months ago. I think we've had one person from a family, not even the whole family, come back. So that is. Grant is modeled after an enhanced one-shot deal program for those in the traditional homeless shelters, only to be used for.
This is pissing me off. I can't stand StreamYard. My next one going on Restream. Because this don't make no sense.
It really is for documented expenses related to permanent housing. So that could be the last month's rent. It could be expenses. A country brand new to permanent housing might not have. But the shelter providers are really looking at documentation. The money is coming from DHS existing budget, but only at 60%.
I was pissed when they was giving them $4,000 to. I like $4,000 at first month rent and last month rent to move. They gave these migrants so much money. They driving better cars than Americans. I see them down there now at Amazon flex drivers. They driving better than dang, what happened here? Than Americans are driving. What's the day? Does this thing move? Damn, everything went haywire. This shit get on my nerves. Damn. What is this? What is going on? Damn, between StreamYard tripping and this just jumped way back. This don't make no sense. I'm not tech savvy. This should get on my nerves, StreamYard. And then the phone just jumped. Lost the video. Fuck going on? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But this, it just made me so mad. Maybe it's my internet. Maybe I just need to leave um AT&T. Go to Comcast. Maybe that's the problem. It's the damn. Oh God. Oh Jesus Christ Almighty God. Oh, 9:15. Thank y'all for y'all patience. I really appreciate y'all. Okay, that was the 4,000. But check this out. Now, this is some sick shit right here. Now,
A
this
mother
in
is issuing
Maryland.
a powerful warning to Maryland parents after her daughter was murdered and the suspected killer was allowed to attend a public school.
And a warning for our viewers, parts of the
Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong one. Because we doing Mayor Eric. See, I don't. Mm-mm. It's this one.
after month, I stood up and I said, this is going to come to a neighborhood near you. But we're here. And let me tell you something, New Yorkers. This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City.
That was New York City. Eric Adams exactly 1 year ago. The city had received 100,000 asylum seekers. 1,000 have passed through the current shelter regulations, stagnate themselves in it as they cannot get jobs or earn. And it seems like nobody wants to answer the question as to whether or not this crisis is destroying New York City. So I will.
Hundreds of people take a section of 25th Avenue and 86th Street to stop a homeless shelter from opening.
Now again, people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through some part of the border and get you. Every community in this city is going to be impacted.
There's no more room at the end, but he should have said this a couple of years ago.
New York City moving to shrink a growing
And this, you know what? And this is before we knew that they was a Trinidad Laraga Venezuelan gang that was started in the prison system over in Venezuela.
Migrant crime has washed over our city. But by no means the individuals committing these crimes represent the vast number of people coming to New York to build a better life. Never in my life have I had a problem ending too.
So a year after the asylum crisis began, New York still can't decide if it wants to be a sanctuary. Asylum crisis is taking asylum did not do so to join gangs or steal things from places like CVS. Yet we hear of reports of rising crime in areas of town that have asylum shelters, but at the same time, New York is perfectly okay with criminal justice, which others have to do with why we've got Africa left practice. Per year, that massive number has been growing since long before the asylum crisis even started. And when you combine surging theft with a surging number of violent offenders who keep getting released after being arrested, it looks like New York City hasn't exactly been heaven on earth prior to the asylum crisis. But then there's the cost of this whole thing, and the city's already spent $5 billion caring for asylum seekers. And since money doesn't grow on trees, it has to come from cuts to the city's budget, affecting things like law enforcement, education, sanitation. Not the same. A subject which has become even more controversial.
And then why would you even arrest a migrant when they just Alvin Bragg just let them right out of jail? Just let them right out. Let them right out. Okay, did I do? Where's that video? Okay, we got that one. Shoot, but let us go to jail. We gonna be in there with no bond. Who is that? You know, we gonna be right in there. It's my internet. I'm about to go to another company. What is that? 920. Oh, that's 924. Because every time it's skipping on my phone. So this is how I know. Okay, hold on. Damn, I just want to get through this. I need to get this stuff off my phone. Okay, this is attorney.
This is breaking news.
So, if I could just take a second. There's some time that they intend to bring in case the mayor one way or another. We've had a channel difference. You know, and you can almost pick corruption at this press conference. And, you know, they do that to tarnish in your eyes. That's why they're doing it. But we actually look at this. If you just take a second and step back and look at this. Look at the flights. That's what they want to talk about. The travel, the expenses. The flight they talk about, that free flight, is in 2017. 7 years ago, 5 years before he's the mayor. There's nothing improper, illegal, or wrong about that. But they don't want you to.
It made no sense.
That's what airlines do. They do it every day. They do it for VIPs. They do it for Congress people. They're empty seats. It costs the airlines nothing. Now it's in the indictment that has him doing anything, taking in any money. What they say is that some staffer says sometime later, some staff, and you will soon say, which is that there are.
This is ridiculous.
With Mayor Adams telling them, telling this staffer, telling all of them, do not take foreign money. So
Yep, I'm about to end this and reboot.
I don't know if you all picked up on how this ends. general calls the mayor. He asks for courtesy. New Yorkers do this all the time. He tries to see if something can be done, and if not, he'll manage expectations. And when the consul general calls back 5 days later and asks the mayor to make a phone call, he doesn't even pick up the phone. He doesn't even attempt to give that courtesy. That's it. That's how this ends. There's no corruption. It's not a real case. We're going to see everybody in court.
Don't it sound familiar? No case. Like, share, subscribe. Let me reboot stupid internet or whatever.